Oh, sorry, while I set up for a bit. This back. Okay. So, hello once again, and welcome to Kim's first attempt at actually using a DSLR during a film project. So, my film project is entitled Home is Where the Heart Is, which focuses on using a location as a character. In other words, I wanted to focus on a certain location that was really dear to me, thus sort of the title Home is Where the Heart Is. You'll get it as you look through the film. So after 3 years of only using HFRMs and sort of not going to my full potential, Mr. McHugh caught on to my little secret and sort of suggested that I use more advanced DSLRs. And at that point, I was sort of intrigued, and I decided to go with the T3i Rebel in order to capture my film project. Um, so, as far as location goes, I've focused on three separate locations. The first location, which you'll see right here, is the car ride going to the Great Highway. Now, this is the ride that I usually see as I traveled from wherever I used to live, going to San Francisco, my second location. Now, the reason why I chose why I chose San Francisco is because it was a very important place for me, considering I spent at least like half of my lifetime in San Francisco. And then I focused on sort of like my dad actually driving us there, which was actually pretty cool. And that's a pretty good driver. Good shots. And then we focused on the third location, which ties into the other like specific parts in San Francisco. So this is at the top of Turtle Hill, or near the tiled staircase near 16th Avenue. It's very pretty here. I'll have a shot over there. So yeah, there you can see sort of like this great, beautiful set of tiles, which sort of shows like depth as you keep going up the stairs. Let's see if I could sort of talk about any dream shots I had. Oh, here we go. This one's a good one. So these were just two. This was just a shot, or extreme close-up shot of a flower with two bees surrounding it. Right. This was actually pretty hard to get. I'm pretty sure I was perched on like this random ledge. But I wanted to capture this because I wanted to juxtapose this like visual movements between the two bugs, as well as the movements between these two people, sort of capturing that how like the two bugs work together, these two individuals are sort of close, sharing that similar relationship. So yeah, that was my visual shot. um, oh, and with this shot with the dog, um, why did I shoot this? Sorry, why did I shoot this again? I guess I wanted to capture, like, you can't really see it here as much, but there is like a texture pattern going on with the stairs. You can see it more in the first shot of the staircase, which I sort of glazed over. But yeah, let's just go back. So yeah, you can sort of see this blue texture, this pattern that goes all the way up, and I thought it was just really beautiful to capture, considering it's just like there aren't really any locations that have such a beautiful tapestry on the stairs. Um, oh, this is just a long shot of where I stood compared to the actual like city. This is the Sunset District, so I kind of wanted to show like that sort of balance and unity between the two, between like nature as well as like the settlements, like the people who actually live in San Francisco, sort of like having the best of both worlds. The reason why I love San Francisco. Sorry, that's just me rubbing it in now. Oh, this was a pretty good shot. I love this one. This is my dad, Mr. Velarde, walking up these stairs, right? But it really does, I wanted to focus on like sort of angle and perspective in this one. And like your eyes are so drawn to him because like there's color here, but there's just like clear white staircase going up and down. So it really does make your eyes focus on just one person. And I sort of worked with angles here by countering it by having the reverse angle. And here's my mom, and I don't know who that is, just waiting on the opposite side of the stairs. And you can tell like it's more colorful at this point. But yeah, this angle is just really good because it also had like the imagery of the moon, and and you wanted to focus on that, but there's like depth in the background as well. So that's what I enjoyed. Let's keep going. Oh, okay, yeah. Stairs. Oh, here we go. So, this is a shot of me trying to capture, what do you call it? Is it rhythm? I think. Hold on, let me take a look in my note cards. Um, Gosh darn it. Okay, well, let's just say it's rhythm or whatnot. I just wanted to focus on like how these stairs show like a direct path or like this beautiful pattern, and like these stairs were actually pretty scary to walk up because some of the steps were kind of shady. But yeah, it shows this sort of rhythm as you go left to right in a diagonal pattern, as well as the people following it, sort of just like emphasizing that some more. It's a really good shot, in my opinion. So we went on a really foggy day, kind of, so because like some of the clouds are missing. Um, just working on a few foreground, background shots. So yeah, and then this is where my third location butts in. So we're going to. So we traveled from Turtle Hill, the top of the hill, and I sort of used like different locations to sort of transition into it. As you can see, we sort of just transitioned from nature into more like civilized, uh, electricity, like technology sort of areas. So this shot, I just really love power lines. They're really stunning because they naturally make lines, in a shot, and lines are sort of good to like what do you call it? They're good for adding my sort of mood. Oh yeah, right. I haven't really addressed mood yet. So yeah, I wanted for this shot, I wanted to focus on like this sort of melancholy feel, which was expressed through the music, which you can't hear because this is my commentary. But I wanted to focus on like the reason, like this sort of balance between nature and tech and what do you call it, urban city life, to show like why I love the city, why I have such a deep appreciation for the city, and like these lines sort of emphasize the sort of like chaotic line system going everywhere compared to nature, but it's still helpful, or it still maintains beauty. This fire hydrant was just really pretty. I don't really um, yeah. Uh, so yeah, now we're in a different location, and this shot was kind of me trying to attempt to create negative space with just trying to focus on this line and creating all this depth up here, but I don't know. For me, this wasn't one of my best shots, but it was pretty nice building. So yeah, right now we're at UCSF Medical Center and we're at the park, and for these shots, these are examples of selective focus. So I wanted the audience to focus on these little tidbits of dialogue. The truth is, I remind you, and then quickly juxtapose it with like shots of these pillars, these sort of creepy pillars or statues that I found just as I entered the gardens, and it was really surprising how some of these words sort of kind of not sort of kind of showed how much like gave value to the actual words itself, or faces or whatnot. um let's see. So yeah, the truth is I understand you, and yeah, and of course there's this man doing sign language, actually a hologram. Pretty cool. One of my I had to smooth the canvas a bit because it was very shaky. The truth is I fear you, so on and so forth, and the truth is I love you. Now this is one of my last shots. This is a shot with the woman walking away, and this had to do a lot with what do you call it, framing, because and like contrast between darkness and lightness. So at this point, this is where like my main message comes up, like home is where the heart is, sort of like bringing in this whole like love emotion into the thing. So I sort of like wanted to focus on how like this girl may be like a very important character, even though she isn't really that important, because I kind of just it was just really pretty because she was walking in a straight line away from all this darkness, going into the light, showing contrast, and just the framing of it, because like it shows this like cool vector. I think it's x y, like, or yeah, or like a z-axis or x-axis, and as she's like walking down, and then she slowly turns left. So yeah, that was sort of, I was trying to capture this sort of like deep, heartfelt moment with that girl walking away. And then I ended it with home is where the heart is. Hopefully, at some point, some people might actually realize that, yes, this movie is about Kim trying to recapture how she feels about San Francisco. And if not, it's probably some vague story about going upstairs and um, shots of people walking away. But it really is more than that. I wanted to highlight this sort of coalition between nature and urban city life, as well as showing this sort of like melancholy tone to San Francisco, because lots of people think of San Francisco as more than that. They think of like prideful or whatever, but it's really more so like nestled, and it's really like, I'm not trying to say underground, but it's something, it's somewhere along those lines of just like a hidden treasure that not a lot of people get to see. So yeah, home is where the heart is, because my home. Filmed by Kim Hardy. That's me. So I hope you enjoyed this. I'm sorry if I was rambling or getting sick a lot. I am sick per se, but I really enjoyed working on this, and it was really great to use a DSLR for the first time, and I can only hope to improve more. So please post comments or criticism or whatever. Whatever's fine with me. Just as so long as you recognize that I probably did this. It was my first time working with a DSLR, and hopefully not my last. So thank you for watching.